I decided to do a Q&A for some reason. So here's the answers. Thanks for all your questions. Southeast Iowa Railfan 5560 asks, what type of camera do you use? My primary camera is currently the Sony CX405, and a bit more recently I've also been using a Sony A58 quite a bit as a secondary, more zoomed in angle. I have a cheap but useful setup that allows me to have both of them on a tripod at once, and the result usually looks something like this. That is, when the A58 actually works. Let's just say it's been a little glitchy since I slipped and fell on the ice with it. Trey's Railfanning 1296 asks, what's your favorite locomotive, GE or EMD, and what model? I like Trains 1233 asks a similar question. Well, personally, I think EMD is the winner over GE any day. My favorite locomotive is the SD75M or the SD75i. It looks really good, especially in the BNSF H4 scheme. SD60M comes in at a close second, followed by the SD40-2. My favorite locomotive from GE is the B40-8W, and from the Evolution GEVO series, I'd have to go with the ES44DC simply because they often have nice horns and sometimes are painted in H2. Freedom Railfan 1776 asks, what are your thoughts on the CPKC paint/merger, favorite short line and favorite CSX heritage unit? To be honest, I really haven't formed much of an opinion on the CPKC merger, I guess. I mean, it's nice. It certainly benefits the CP rail fans with more KCS power, which is nice, but there's so much foreign power on CP trains anyway, at least here, that I've hardly even noticed a difference. Of course, I'm just speaking for myself. I'm sure that's a little different for other people elsewhere. The CPKC paint scheme is borderline really stupid in my opinion. It's very bland compared to the KCS paint scheme, and I feel like they could have done way better. Way too many elements from CP's already boring paint scheme were used, and not enough KCS. There was 5 options if you guys didn't know. I personally think option 3 would have been the best, and I don't even care for that one all that much either. I guess it could be worse, but not by much. This answers AC44ACM's question as well. Okay, I'm gonna get this out of the way before going any further. CSX heritage units are a joke. I'll definitely give them credit for doing a heritage unit program. I do genuinely think it's great that they did it, but they could have done so well if it wasn't for the stupid fade. The size do look pretty good though, I'll give them that. The lesser of the evils, the CSX heritage units, is definitely the Conrail with the chassis system coming in at a close second. But my absolute favorite is definitely CSX 6914. It's not even official either. Sure, the side isn't painted, but it's better to have the nose painted since the majority of rail fans aren't getting a side view of trains. Cal, you know, I hope I'm pronouncing your name properly, please correct me if I'm not, asks, will you do a face reveal at a certain amount of subs? No. Real Railfan asks, when railfanning, what do you personally think is better? Videoing trains, photographing trains, or just watching trains without doing any of it? Mason Transportation 7570 asks, do you ever plan to visit Michigan to watch trains? I haven't thought too much about Michigan, I guess. If I did go there, it would probably be to see the PM 1225. Great engine, maybe someday. Rail Fantastic asks, do you have a model train layout? If so, what scale? I do not currently have a model train layout. It's honestly way too expensive. Although I do like buying engines and rolling stock to run at my local railroad club. Someday I'll probably have a layout, but I'm too broke. Jello's Trains asks EMD or GE? EMD. BGR Pest 2022 asks, what is your favorite NS Heritage unit? One from GE and one from EMD. I'm huge on NS Heritage units, especially the SD70s. The GEs, not so much, but the best one is either 8098, the Conrail, or 8100, the Nickel Plate Road. Kinda leaning more towards the Nickel Plate Road. The Conrail's really good too. I don't know. For EMD, Penn Central is definitely my favorite, with 1071 coming in second. MRP 1833 asks the eternal question, when are you coming to Railfan in Cloquet? Tomorrow! Just kidding, but I'm gonna try really soon since 1832 is finally back. I really need a shot of that before it suddenly gets repainted. GOP Mick, not sure how I'm supposed to say that, asks, what radio/scanner do you use for rail fanning? My scanner is the Uniden BC75XLT. It's a slightly older model, but you can find them for pretty reasonable on eBay, with mine costing around $45 to $50. I have it connected to a Diamond RH77CA on my roof, which doesn't reach as far as I wanted it to, but still alerts me for probably 30% of trains. Tramtrack asks, have you ever crashed while riding your bike to go railfan? Yes, I got a call from a friend about a northbound coming after 5 days of catching nothing, so I panicked with only 4 minutes to get there. I jumped on my bike and shortly after getting on the road, my chain broke off, causing my legs to go out of control and thus flying over the handlebars and scraping my leg. It definitely would have helped if I would have had both hands on the handlebar, but how else am I supposed to bring my tripod with? Nebraska Railfanner 2511 asks, will you maybe come to Nebraska and railfan? Will you ever do a 24-hour railfanning day? Yes, I will definitely come to Nebraska someday in the future when I can. Great trains down there and it's not too terribly far from home. Not sure if I'll ever do a 24-hour railfanning day, but maybe like sometime on the longest day of the year I'll head somewhere busy in railfan for like maybe 12 hours. I would probably go crazy though, and driving home the next day would be a royal pain. Colorado Railfanner Productions certainly has a mouthful. Number 1, am I your favorite subscriber or is Cohen your favorite subscriber? Number 2, IP, we all pee for ice cream. Number 3, are Gevos the best locomotive? Number 4, do you like ice cream? Number 5, what's your most favorite locomotive? Finally, do you like eating locomotives? The answer to all those questions is no. I mean, I guess I kind of like ice cream. Okay, to answer your question, you're not my favorite subscriber. Cohen is not either. My favorite subscriber, NCRP Video, asks, will you ever railfan Stevens Pass in Washington? Definitely. Might be in 55 years, but I will. I promise. Paul Bergen 9114 asks, favorite freight train? Unit coal, autoracks, intermodal, general mixed freight. Autorack trains are pretty cool in my opinion since I don't see them that much. I would have to say those are my favorite. Oh look, Cohen Oinky Trains also has a mouthful. Number 1, farthest you've biked for a train, 7.3 miles. Number 2, would you have caught your favorite catch of all time without my help? Yes. Number 4, when will you upload the video of you riding a lawnmower? Never. Number 5, are you actually going to quit YouTube? I don't know. Are you actually going to eat a granola bar tomorrow? Number 6, when will your new drone arrive? Oh yeah, I'll get that when I'm done being broke. Number 7, when are you coming to Colorado to see the coal trains? I'll come to Colorado in 2027. 8, don't worry, this is all I can think of since it's late. Okay, thanks for being done. Minnesota Railfan asks, favorite fallen flag and favorite current railroad? BNSF is my favorite railroad, which is ironic since it was the death of my favorite fallen flag, the Burlington Northern. Red Cat Plays 1145 asks, what the rarest train you ever seen? Just curious. I don't even know, man. Probably this. Or this. Or this. Maybe this. Or this. I don't know, you decide honestly. Jack Train 92 asks, what is your favorite railroad and favorite heritage unit? Favorite railroad, BNSF. Favorite heritage unit, UP 1995. Demonic Golden X asks, have you ever catch a rare locomotive / power move? Yes, I have even caught a power move with rare locomotives. Look at this. Ramnox3422 asks, what camcorder do you use? And possibly any tips on how to get the best quality out of it. I just bought my first camcorder, Sony CX405, so I'm asking since I'm still learning how to use it. I use the Sony CX405 as well. Set your file format to XAVC HD, the quality is much better that way. Just make sure you have a slightly higher capacity SD card in there or else it'll fill up fast. JO Trains asks, have you ever thought about going to the east or west coast for trains instead of being as cold as a popsicle in the winter? Yeah, I like being cold though, because it's better than being hot. Dat Boy Vlogs 2019 asks, in your opinion, what was the best locomotive back in the 1960s? Santa Fe F units. Max the Rail Fan 123 asks, what is your favorite train you have seen? This? This. And this. Colorado Railfanner Productions, again, how much felonies you've committed in your entire lifetime. Comment on one of my videos if it's going to offend your other viewers. Not as many as you and Cohen. Ships, Trains, and More 1943. What is your favorite locomotive? SD75M. Cohen, again, another question. Why did you have to specify to go to the comments and ask a question? I really appreciate you clarifying so I didn't have to go to your house. Thanks, man. Anyway, I hope you're all satisfied with my replies. Try not to be offended in the comment section if you disagree with them because that's annoying. Also, my apologies for the lack of uploads recently. I've been pretty busy with school and all sorts of things recently, but I've still been rail fanning a lot and have some crazy catches for you guys coming up soon. Thanks for watching, and thanks for your questions once again. Let me know if you'd like to see another one of these in the future.